Alright then. Hello, I'm assuming that we've transitioned already.
Yeah, if you are live.
Okay, wonderful. My name is Ozmourn, and today we are going to be playing Antichamber 100%. You might see some stuff on screen right now, that's mainly the trackers of this run that we're going to be using. At the bottom left corner of the game screen, you're going to see a total percentage completion, and then right below me, right below my face cam, you're going to see the map, which we have to get all of the map. We have to get all 120 signs, and we have to get all 13 pink cubes. And so, yeah, it's a very complicated run. There's a lot of things that I have to say in a very small amount of time. And so hopefully, you guys can keep up with me, because I can barely keep up with myself. But first, we have to reset everything. Reset the whole game. And with that, timing will begin when I press click to travel. So 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing that we want to do is jump all the way down to the bottom of this tower. And the way that this route is kind of managed out is that we want to get to the red gun as soon as possible. Right now, we're going to get the blue gun. And the blue gun allows us to grab and shoot only one cube at a time. But first, we're going to get this pink cube, the very first pink cube in the game, and we have to get it right now, because we won't be able to come back to it later. The pink cubes in this game will only move to their destination if you have your crosshair on them. And so you have to follow them, kind of work with the pace of them. This is the hardest one because part of it you can't even see. And with that, we're going to go to Leap of Faith. We're going to come back to this area quite a bit. Look down here, because otherwise the door will be in our way. And we're going to use these windows to travel to different parts of the map. If you walk up close to the window, whatever the window is showing you, that's where you're going to be transported to. So here's the second pink cube of the run. And what I like to do here during this run is kind of use the trackers that we have at our disposal to make sure that I get different triggers for different signs, and make sure I get triggers for different map, to get different parts of the map. Like right now I'm going to finish... I'm going to exit to a menu when I get to 11.6, and I'm going to get 3 more sign triggers and a map trigger at this section right here, Paths to Nowhere. And the thing that's probably like the most difficult thing about this run is menuing, believe it or not. I'm kind of positioning myself so that every time that I escape to the main hub, I'm already facing the map, so I already know where to go. And so I don't have to like turn around or do any extra movement to choose where I want to go. Right here, we're going to go to Leap of Faith, and we have to stare at this eye for around 15 seconds. But while we do that, we're going to back up, and we're going to get another map trigger and another sign trigger. The signs in this game, you don't actually have to touch them in order to collect them. Each sign in this game has a different trigger radius, and as long as you're within that trigger radius, then the sign will be counted as collected. Here, we're going to do a little leapfrog puzzle. There we go. Open this door, face this way so that we can just get to the menu straight back, and we're going to go to the green gun. The green gun, in this case, will allow us to grab multiple cubes at a time in one straight line. However, before we do that, we're going to have our first instance of lag glitch. Let's just wait for this bridge to come back. We're going to have our first instance of lag glitch, and the way that lag glitch works is that anything on the screen, including certain triggers, will not, you can just walk through them because we're intentionally causing lag. And so our inputs are still being read. So we can just kind of just walk through certain triggers, and that'll help us save cubes in certain parts, or make sure that certain doors don't get pushed back down or pushed back up. And with that, we're going to get the third pink cube of the run right here. And we're going to see a lot of lag glitch. It's essentially what lag glitch is just me going in and out of like windowed mode and full screen to intentionally cause lag. Right now we have the yellow cube, and we're going to immediately use it right here. First, we're going to get this small little sliver of cube past that barrier, and we're going to use it up here on Leap of Faith, and we're going to ride it up. This is what the mechanic of the yellow gun does, where you can move, you can just kind of move the cubes and tell them where to go at certain distances. And right here, we're going to solve this puzzle right here. And with that, we're going to grab the red cube, or the red gun. And what the red gun allows us to do is, this is the best gun in the game, it allows us to grab all the cubes in a certain group at one time. And also, oh dear, what was that? And also, it allows us to make a group of cubes all at once, instead of having to lay them down one by one. Right here is the only RNG aspect of the run where we can kind of... Oh, I thought I was... Okay, I was stuck there for a minute. This is the only RNG aspect of the run. These orbs will only ever move if you are moving with them. And if you are good enough, if the RNG is in your favor, you can just quickly pass down there to get another map trigger to a developer room that the developers hid in this game. So right here, we're going to bring these cubes over here, and we're going to have another instance of lag glitch as we come through here to prevent the wall behind this window from falling down. We're going to come through here. We're going to move all these green cubes downwards to get rid of all of these doors. And right here in this next area, we're going to grab all these cubes and open this door, but we're going to have the first instance of tower clip. And what tower clip does is that this is supposed to be a long tower that leads you to different rooms. So what we can do here is kind of take these cubes and just use them to push us through this wall instead of having to solve the puzzle normally. And with that, we can grab that sign right there. And as you can see, I did mess up a little bit there, but the red cube just kind of lets you create infinite cubes if you keep like grabbing the cubes and creating more and more piles of it. As long as you have 2 cubes, you can create more and more. Because they expand outward in every direction. Oh, I was very close to messing up that little puzzle right there. But with the red gun, you can kind of create an infinite amount of cubes, and that's why it's so OP. And that's why we want to get it as soon as we can during the run. We're gonna wait until we get to this little white block area to ride up this little section to get the 4th pink cube of the run. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna try and do this without any notes, so hopefully I don't forget anything. We're going to go to I only need 1. We're going to walk forward here and create a map trigger that we're going to come back to later. It's very important that we get that trigger. And then we're going to grab the cubes from the other side. If we walk through this like little like barrier thing, all the cubes will disappear. So that's why I'm like moving them through the barrier myself manually. We're going to do the second instance of tower clip. And with that, we're going to take the cubes from here. We're going to make them have a bridge. And the game has a little bug. Where if you run off a platform without having jumped previously, the jump is kind of like saved, and so you can just jump in midair. And we're actually going to see a better use of that right now if I'm good at this game. Okay, hold up. Thank you. Nice backup there. So we're going to come down here. We're going to look down to where it says up, grab one of the cubes up there, and boom, we did that. We could have, and then we kind of like jumped and placed a cube right here and landed on it. We're going to wait until it says 48.9% in the bottom left corner, and then we're going to go here to climbing the tower. We're going to come up here, and a bit of a reroute that I did recently was we're going to get this pink cube right now instead of at the end of the run. We do have a small little section at the end of the run where you kind of like clean up all the things that we didn't get in the main portion of the game. Right now, we have to keep jumping through this area, and make sure that you keep jumping, because otherwise you're going to get transported to this area, which we get to jump down here. Perfect. We're going to go back to this place right here, this little gel room that I like to call. Another lag glitch to prevent that sign from coming back down and getting that sign. We're going to go to this section twice. Primarily get the sign in this section, and use the red gun to pull open this door to allow us to get a few signs here. But then we're going to use the main mechanic of the gun and grab all of these green cubes, and part of this cube we're going to drag through this small section right here. And sometimes the game likes to do that, where it doesn't really like to pay attention to what you want it to do. And as those cubes are moving, we're actually going to create another line of cubes right here, so we can fill up this last little trigger right here, this last little laser, and you can just walk through the door. Kind of like time saving by doing 2 activities at once. Okay, shooting those cubes so you can hit the laser to open that door. We're going to go to strength and numbers, walk through here, right before those cubes reappear. We're going to move those cubes over here so that it moves this little box forward and brings this platform up. And we can use the momentum of the moving platform to just jump up. We're going to go back to Deja Vu. We're going to grab all these cubes and cheat our way through by just filling up the entire space with cubes. We're going to go to managing resources again to get this side instead of the other side that we went to before. We're going to create a tower of cubes upwards to grab, I believe, what is the 5th pink cube of the run. I could be miscounting. I think it's a 5th pink cube. Then we're going to go back to the missing pieces. We're going to get rid of this wall right here. Create a tower of red cubes upwards. And we're going to use the momentum of our jump to bring this platform all the way down and get the 6th pink cube right here behind this wall, and then grab this side and then go back. And then we're going to go to Logic 101, which is like my favorite portion of the entire run. And you might, if you have like a keen eye at this point, you might recognize that the color of the cubes that are in with a specific puzzle correspond to whatever whatever gun the game thinks you should be having right now. So technically, the intended way of going through this section is by using the blue gun, but the blue gun is like the worst gun in the entire game. So if you do a little sequence breaking like we have done in this run, you can use the red gun instead and solve these problems a lot quicker. You use our momentum to bring this elevator down. Not the fastest way. Oh, come on. There we go. Fill up these lasers right here to open this door. Bring these cubes to the other side. For some reason, that area can be a bit finicky, so you need to be careful of how many cubes you're bringing through. But we're gonna turn around, go to a different area that wasn't there before, because that's just how this game is. Go back to this small little area. Actually, what does the sign say? Don't look down? Oh, okay, we're gonna look down. And then we're just gonna fall through. This is about halfway through the run, time-wise. And we've done a lot so far. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. We're gonna go to this area right here. Grab this sign back here. And we're gonna, any of these like white cubes that you can just, that only appear under your feet when you're walking on them, you can just break them by jumping. We're gonna grab the cubes from over here, and we're gonna make a small little bridge over WTF. Then we're gonna take these cubes and we're gonna use them to create a little wall right here so that we don't jump over to the other side. And with that, as you can see, when you get rid of the cube, it kind of disappears for a bit before reappearing. And we did that literally the fastest way possible, where the small little time span that the cube is in that disappeared state, you can actually move another cube in its place and the cube will not come back. And so we can use that to only use one cube. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Okay. A bit slow, but we didn't have enough cubes to like really properly do that without falling back down. Okay, so this small little section right here, as we're getting this sign, if you break a series of cubes, whatever side of the cube is smaller is the side that's just going to dissolve. So that allows us to get one of the signs on the left side, and while we come here on the right side, since we can't just walk through this this like gooey area without getting rid of our without the cubes in our gun going away, we're going to bring these cubes through this little section manually by using the mechanic that we obtained from the yellow gun. Oh, please. Thank you. And with that, we are literally just doing this. This is a very long and complicated way of just literally getting 2 signs and a map trigger. So we're going to take 2 cubes right here and use it to open up this section and get this sign right here. And now we're going to come across and bring these cubes over to this side to unlock this door over here. Get 2 cubes. Boom. And now we're going to go back to the area that we were at the beginning of this section. Whenever you see these like little circles, it means you have to be facing at them and walking backwards. And whatever wall was blocking your path the first time, it'll just not be there anymore. We're going to do a lot of up and down in this section. Use our momentum to grab this sign back here. And then we're going to go to strengthen numbers. Stairway to Heaven. We only need 1 cube for this next little section that we're going to have. Gonna grab this. Oop, I messed up. I wasn't quite at the corner, so I didn't get this like map trigger right here. And we're gonna do an elevator clip where for some reason, if an elevator is pushing you up, you can just put like a cube on top of you, and the cube will like push you through the elevator as it's riding itself up. We're gonna get the 7th pink cube. We're going to hold shift as we walk through here so that these orbs don't move, and so it won't close this door. So we can get that sign, another map trigger that we actually do need for later. Stairway to heaven. We're gonna go up here, grab these cubes, jump down, use wait, okay, dang it. Unfortunately, I messed up there. We couldn't use all of our momentum. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, that was a bit longer than I would have cared for it to be, but it's okay. Use 1 cube with the yellow gun mechanic that we obtained to ride back up. We're going to create a wall of cubes on the other side of this. For whatever reason, you have to do in that specific spot, because otherwise, like, that room is like a lot bigger than it looks. So we want to make sure that it goes into that very specific spot, that wall of cubes that we created. We're going to use the extra cubes that we gained from the previous room, and we're going to create a tower up here to fill up these 2 sections. We're going to use the jump glitch to get that little part of the map and 1 more sign. We're going to ride this cube up, get up close and personal with some of these holes in the wall to make sure that we do not miss any of the triggers here. I'm going to create more cubes for safety, because I don't think we didn't have enough here in the first place. Pull up these lasers to open these doors. After this, we're going to go to jumping through hoops. Going to get 2 more signs right here. Then we're going to go to too many lasers, turn around instead of going to the way we went before. And we're about to do the same puzzle except twice. These 2 puzzles that we're about to do in these sections are meant to be solved in different ways, one with the green gun and one with the red gun. But since you're here with the red gun twice, you can just do the same solution. But first off, we have to finish this area. This section right here had the same solution as like the same puzzle. We saw this puzzle earlier with the yellow cubes. It's literally the exact same thing. The only difference is that you have to be a lot up closer to move the cubes. Okay, I'm flumming up a little bit here because sometimes the game doesn't like to cooperate with these cubes, but all is well. We're gonna ride this cube up so we can get another map trigger, another sign at the very top, because this area has changed now that we solved that puzzle. We're gonna go to a loop that won't close, and here's the other. Here's the again, like I said, the exact same puzzle solved the exact same way, even though it's not intended to be that. We're gonna create a bit of cubes here, and we're gonna ride them across this little chasm, and be careful that we don't fall down. Jump over here, grab these cubes, use a tower of 5 cubes upwards. Oop, up. There we go. And we're gonna fill 3 walls of cubes in this little cube section so we can get all the lasers. And now we're gonna go to the chase sequence. We're gonna go back here to a jump too far. Come on. And then we're going to get rid of all these cubes, grab a few extra cubes, use lag glitch so that it doesn't get rid of them in this last chase sequence. And then we're gonna chase the ghost, or the black cube, as some like to call it. We have to make some extra cubes for something that we're gonna be doing later. Ride the cube up, go through this white window and then this next white window. Create some extra cubes here just for good measure. Walk back through these hoops. Here's a glitch that I don't know why it works. I once knew, but I actually don't know anymore. All you have to do is place those cubes here and then run into them. And then boom, you skip the entire yellow room section. But right here, what we're going to do is we're going to fall down here, and we're going to ride these cubes upwards. Boom. Wait for those orbs to get rid of the bridge. And right here, we're going to shoot a cube as we get halfway through this hallway, and then exit to main menu, or exit to the hub. And the cube that we shot while we were exiting the hub is actually going to stay there, because the cube will only get rid of itself if it's like attached to a wall, or only after a few seconds after you've shot it out of your gun. And so with that, if you quit to main menu quickly enough, whatever cube you shot out of your gun is actually going to stay there in that section of the map. Right here, we're going through a lot of lasers. We're going to jump around this area so that we can just grab one sign at the very end. And this is the part of the run that we're kind of doing the cleanup section. We're going to get all the map triggers and signs and pink cubes that we haven't gotten so far. Beautiful. We're going to go back down here to where we were in the chase. And we're going to go really up close and personal with this door right here so we can get this pink cube. We're going to go to Deja Vu again. We only need one cube, and we're going to ride that up. We need to look down so that this glass wall gets out of the way. And then we need to get this pink cube right here. Now, the next parts, we're only going to clean up a few map triggers instead. And then we're going to go being an entrepreneur. This puzzle can only be solved with the red cube, as you can see. So otherwise, you won't be able to grow enough cubes to get it. I tried to like solve it the unintended way with like the blue cube, but I didn't realize I just didn't have the resources for that on my casual playthrough. Oh. Okay, actually, we don't have enough cubes for this. I thought we would, but we do not, unfortunately. So why don't we just get some extra ones? And we're going to bring these cubes through here so we can get a map trigger that's at the other side of this, like, this area right here. And we just need to fill up these two holes right here so we can open this door and get part of the map. And I believe that we get the last pink cube, and it takes 90 seconds to go throughout this entire room to get this pink cube to the end. So if the host wants to say something, you have 90 seconds starting 10 seconds ago.
Okay, 90 seconds to read these donations. Oh, I'm off to a bad start. All right, $5 from Anonymous. So excited for a Midwest Speedfest event. Best of luck on the marathon and your support of Children's Cancer Research Fund. And as always, shoutouts to the White Castle #2 combo. And $10 from Community Hat, who says Antichamber, more like Uncle Chamber. And there's an update on the bid war, but I'll give that during the intermission. I don't know. I don't have a good grasp of how long 90 seconds is.
All right. You have like 45 more seconds. You can say anything else you want.
Oh, okay. I didn't need to talk that quickly. Well, thank you both so much for your donations. SSK is now in the lead for the Byleth name bid war with $50. Dryleth at 42. That bid war is closing very, very soon.
All right. Wonderful. If you want to say anything else, we still have a good amount of time. We gotta wait for this baby to reach the end of this room.
Anything else? Sorry. You're given the opportunity. I'd like to compliment your commentary, in all honesty.
Oh, thank you. I feel like
difficult to follow, but you're doing a great job.
I hope I am. I can barely keep up with myself, and for this kind of game, I feel like I'm still missing a lot. I feel like my commentary can definitely improve, even with that. But we are here, getting this final pink cube to its destination, and then boom, we're gonna get a few more signs and map triggers just to finish out this run. There are certain parts of the map where I can just walk to them, but actually when you unlock the map trigger for them, you can just go back to main menu and select it from there, and it's slightly faster. But right here, we're gonna get 2 more signs and 1 more part of the map, and we have 1 more sign to do, and we just have to sit here for 1 hour and 7 minutes. So yeah, sit tight, grab some popcorn, but not really. What we're going to do is we're actually going to perform a glitch, and then I want to make sure that I'm lined up correctly for this. Perform a glitch that requires us to exit the game. Kirby did not laugh. Not funny. We have to exit the game because in order to grab that sign, you have to glitch out of the main hub, but you can't exit back to the main hub after you perform that glitch because the game already thinks you're in the main hub. So you're forced to exit out of the game and restart it to finish it. But with that, we just need to grab this last black cube, the ghost. As you can see, we have 100% map completion with all the pink cubes, all the signs, and time will come up right after I shoot this ghost into this black cube right here. So 3, 2, 1, time. And when I'm fast enough, I can. Ah, dang it. If you're fast enough, you can exit this little dome area before the cutscene starts playing. But with that, we're just gonna let it play out. But yeah, that is Antichamber 100%. It's a very, very complicated run. It was just so much to do. I think I could have been a bit more informative, even so. But it's just a lot to keep up with. It really is. I really enjoyed this run. If you're interested in running it yourself, right now we're not a very active community, but you can find us on speedrun.com. That's where you can get through the Discord. I absolutely love doing this run. It's like just so much to do in only 20 minutes. What was my final time, as a matter of fact?
Looks like 23:38.
23:38. That's okay. That's good. That's nice. I thought that was a pretty good run. But yeah, as we're getting eaten by the void here, by the way, that's kind of what's happening. I just want to shout out California, Votium, everyone else in the community that moderates or has run this game at a really high level before. And yeah, again, if you're interested in running this game, you can message me on Discord, on Twitch, whatever the case may be, and find us on speedrun.com/Antichamber. Join us in the Discord. We'd love to have more people run this game. But yeah, I am Ozmourn, and this has been Antichamber 100%.
All right, thank you very, very much for that absolutely blistering run. Stay tuned, everyone. Fire Emblem Three Houses is up next.